Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Thursday. It is the 1st of December 2022. Gonna look at the 8th race from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. The 8th from Aqueduct, it's an allowance optional claimer, purse $95,000. Race with fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, never won 18,000 twice in main claim starter or state bred allowance race, which never won through races. Optional claim price $62,500. Field of 6 horses heading to the main track. The distance of ground of 1,600 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. 1,600 meters, 1 mile here. And I show the diagram. It just gives me a second to look down my notes. Just bear with me. My top selection, I'm going to go take the 5 horse, Tap the Faith. Let's go 5-1-4-2 in the superfecta. 5-1-4-2 super. Top selection, 5 horse, Tap the Faith. 3-year-old filly by Tap It. Christophe Clement trains. Joel Rosario gets to mount. Horse's most recent outing came 27th of October at Aqueduct, 1 mile and op 6-2 claimer, and the horse finished third by 2 1/4 lengths that day. And he sat back early, didn't have a lot of forwardly pace that day. He's not the fastest horse out of the gate, but definitely that day didn't have a lot of pace, but he sat back early, a little bit wide. He closed up well late, the to and from dead heated. Second place, one of the winners who finished second in the running line, went on to win next start out, but he ran decently that day. Refreshing here, second off the bench, back to a 1-turn mile, back to Aqueduct, where he's run sneaky good without victory. I'm going to give him another shot here today. 2 back at Monmouth on the 3rd of July, mile 70 on the main track, and allowance race 57,000. Winning by half a length. He sat back early, a little bit wide, but when he got the turn of foot, he won quite nicely. Keep in mind, second and third place finishers were both next start winners. And then at Belmont on the 7th of May, on a very sloppy going, mile 16th off the turf, an optional 80. He finished third by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He was stupidly wide, and he just wasn't keeping up on the slop. And then before that, on the slop at Aqueduct, 1 mile and optional 80 claimer, finished fourth by 3 lengths off the bench, stupidly wide. He just couldn't get into it. He's a winner twice, once at Monmouth and once here at Aqueduct last November. Once at Belmont last November in a main special weight, win by head, closing it from nowhere on the inside. He got the job done quite nicely. She's faced some decent horses. Duran actually, after the main victory in the Demoiselle, and it was actually bet down to 2-5, 5-2, where she finished 5th by 5 lengths. Nest, Vente Valentina, Magic Circle all went next start out. This horse just wasn't keeping up with them. Came back to run a disappointing 4th, a disappointing 3rd at Belmont. Came back to run decently at Monmouth after that. But coming here today, not the world's toughest race. At 3-1, I think this filly can get back to her winning ways. The 1 horse, Hood du Land, I think wouldn't surprise me if she wins. Her win 2 back at Pimlico was very nicely by 4.5 lengths, and the win before that around a 1-turn mile, Laurel wasn't bad at all. Come back to Aqueduct with this horse, ran decently last April. At 4-1, let's definitely use her in the multis. But to recount my selection for the 8th from Aqueduct, let's take the 5 horse, Tap the Faith. Give kudos to the 1 horse, Hood du Land. 5-1-4-2 super, 5-1 in your multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.